Okay, a little bit about TCBL then. Um, we all know the big brands in fashion are making all sorts of promises about becoming sustainable, about becoming green. You can recycle your clothes and so on and so forth. But the simple fact is that they have difficulty in really transforming their business models. This is the Business of Fashion Sustainability Index published last year, looking at the promises, to the degree to which the large brands are keeping their promises on a series of criteria, ranging from transparency to waste management and going through water and chemicals, materials, workers' rights, and so on and so forth. And not one company gets above 50 on this score. You can see that some are doing pretty well in some areas, but overall, it's just not happening. But what about what's called the long tail, a concept that was made popular about 15 or 20 years ago when talking about internet businesses? Everybody pays attention to the top 20%. That's all they care about because that's where most of the money is. And we generally think, and sometimes rightly so, that if we can influence them, we can influence the whole world and that everyone else will follow. But there are over 170,000 small, often small to medium businesses in the textile and clothing sector in Europe. And what about them? They are all smaller scale, they're independent, and a lot of them are working towards sustainability. That's where the TCBL project comes in. We decided, as Jan said, this was a 4-year project. It ended 2 years ago. We were very happy to have Centexbel as one of the partners. And we were seeing how could we get these smaller companies to work together, innovate their business models, and somehow reconnect to develop an alternative system, an alternative market structure that could become genuinely sustainable. So the first question we asked was, of these 170,000 brands, how many share these core values? We think the transition to the circular economy is primarily something that is value-based. It depends on what people believe in and why are they in business in the first place? So these 7 values: curiosity, the desire to innovate, the desire to be a sustainable business, the desire to respect the environment, durability in the sense of sustainability, multiplicity in the terms of viewpoints, cultures, openness, willing to collaborate and share information and insights, respect for others, for workers, and responsibility. And on that basis, we built over the course of the project a community, putting together, on the one hand, innovation labs of all sorts, and you'll see, and Centexbel is one of them, and there are over 50 of these in the network, and businesses who went through a protocol and accreditation process to prove that they are really aligned with these values and want to collaborate together. And just as some examples, for the labs, the first example I always give is Centexbel, a very prestigious, very technical work. We also have research centers working with fashion tech, integrating sensors into cloth. VAG, which is a fab lab, a more open and collaborative citizen-based approach, exploring hacking with bacteria for dyeing at zero impact. We have labs that are working with migrants, working with different cultural perspectives and reciprocal learning and job opportunities. And we have labs that are also exploring the artistic impacts, the interpretation we can give to different fabrics to try and reappreciate and understand fabrics that are new and old and textiles. Textile art is a very interesting area. And on the one hand, we have them, and then we have the associates, who are the people who, of those 170,000, are actually in the business, starting from ginning cotton, working towards organic with the farmers to produce organically, going through historical wool mills here in Northern England, but also in Northern Italy, experimenting with natural dyes, their market potential, reducing chemical use in dyeing and finishing, looking for new applications for natural materials such as felt, and also working in garment production to reorganize the workplace and the work process, a team production approach to have a more human and what proves to be actually a more efficient process in production. And finally, people who, artists, people doing hand painting on silk, people appreciating the qualities, really helping us to understand and making beautiful clothing. So with the innovation, what we're trying to do is reconstruct the value chains that have been broken over the years, get people to work together, collaborate together, share knowledge, and be able to be innovative in that way. And in the TCBL project, we launched 6 projects that all aim to contribute to a restructuring of the whole value chain system, reshaping production, some scaling up, some scaling down, reconnecting value chains in terms of materials, but also processes, and also reframing consumer perceptions of what are we doing by playing on the link between tradition and disruption. The TCBL project was judged to be very successful also by the European Commission. It's considered a Horizon 2020 success story. The evaluation suggested that 16 million euro of value were created within the 4 years of the project itself. And so following the project, we have established a double sustainability track. The for-profit company, SEDEX TCBL, was the result of a restructuring with key TCBL members entering as shareholders, and that is carrying forward, for instance, TCBL, representing the TCBL brand in the network within European projects and also doing other consultancy work. SEDEX TCBL is an important partner in the Hereware project. And we are finally launching the nonprofit TCBL Association, where all of the labs and associates will be members, which will manage the accreditation process and continue the communication and knowledge sharing, such as through these TCBL days. Just to give you an idea of the projects in progress, which are forming the background of the Thursdays and TCBL days. Here we are with the Hereware project. Before this, we had a Thursday dedicated to the role of creative hubs in transforming the industry. And next Thursday, the She Makes project, which is about how with innovation in this sector, we can empower women innovators. And so here we are at TCBL days, the overall picture. That's what makes it up. And thanks, John, for introducing this. I just signaled that beyond today, we have, as mentioned, a TCBL jam session next Tuesday. Quick 5-minute pitches followed by discussion and the possibility to discuss privately in breakout rooms. And next Thursday, we have we touch on the topic of inclusiveness and the role of women in the ongoing revolution in the fashion industry. I'd just like to mention in clothing, because this is open to all, a prize in memory of Eric Barcheshad, who was a core and a brilliant figure who worked in the project. We will have this award. We will be organizing it in the coming months and announcing the winner for next year's TCBL days. And the award will be assigned to any project initiative in the textile and clothing sector that can give new meaning to the word modern. Join us, download the app, follow the links. We'll be happy to see you in the coming days. And thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Jesse. Jesse, one question before I go to the next speaker.
Yeah.
What is the takeaway in 1 sentence of the message of TCBL? What is the message of TCBL in 1 sentence?
That people need to work together, and it is possible to achieve a circular economy, but we need to totally restructure the industry.
Okay.
And we can do that working together.
Okay, and TCBL offers this platform.
We want to be a place to facilitate that.
Okay. Thank you very much. This was inspiring.
Thank you.